Good morning YouTube. Today I wanted to talk to you about natural hides or semi-natural hides and show you today how I lay it out and what I lay out and the reasons why I have this particular layout that I prefer. Now in the past I have used wiki-ups, and what these are a Native American shelter that kids come out nowadays and put up in the woods, and obviously these are just left here for year on year on year, and they make quite a good shelter, quite a good hide. And before now I've used them, and I've just used my camouflaged like mesh poncho to put around it or inside it. The wildlife obviously are used to that structure being there, but usually because they are like plumped in the middle of woodland and not kind of strategically placed near a deer trail or towards the edge of a set of woods or edge of a field, etc., that you never really know which way you want to be facing for it. So the few times I've done it, it hasn't yielded the results I particularly wanted, and that's mainly because of its location. Today I'm going to show you what I lay out and why. Now you could bring your normal like chair hide, that I have one and I've made a few videos on them, and I'll leave a link at the end of the videos if you are interested in a chair hide. But the problem with bringing one of those with you is that one, they are very bulky, and two, I wouldn't want to leave it stationary for a week, 2 weeks for the wildlife to get used to it, because I don't want it vandalised and I don't want it stolen. So this way you set up a main structure and then you just bring your net hide with you on the morning that you want to photograph and film, and you lay that out as well. And obviously I shall show you that the natural hide is like more of a skeletal frame than anything else. That is what the wildlife will get used to. And also, there's a little wren. Such a noisy little bird, I love them. Right, yeah, so you can lay it out where you want it. So in this case I found there's a game trail that's behind you that runs from left to right or right to left, depending on which way they're going. That's near the edge of a field, and I found this giant kind of holly tree that has given great shelter already. And there's one particular spot just here that's got a gap underneath the tree that's fallen down, and there's one or two branches that run perpendicular that I'm going to use to put a little bit of a few extra twigs and branches against, and that will make a nice natural hide, and then it gives me an area that I can set up behind it. Well, I'm going to start with a quick cup of coffee. We have here such a couple of perfectly horizontal branches. I'm going to lay it out slightly differently. Now I'm wondering if this is actually going to be a very straightforward one for me. Too good an opportunity to miss. Now I carry a little bag which has got some paracord and some little spring clips that were kind of a shiny aluminium, and I've just given them a quick spray over so they don't stick out like a sore thumb. And often I'll just tie the paracord between two verticals, two uprights, and plonk that in. But we're so well covered here already. I think it's going to be a very simple hide of laying this across the opening and throwing a little bit of debris, and then I've got an entrance point I can get to from the rear. And like I was saying, throughout the years there's been some very easy, straightforward options, and also some not straightforward options. The good thing about here is that from using either a compass, an app on your phone as a compass, or I mean today it's a very misty kind of morning which has been beautiful for just walking in, but usually, you know, when it's clear skies you can see where the sun's coming up and going down, And also if you're in the woods, you can tell by how the moss is growing, there's the wren, how the moss is growing on the trees, which is the north facing, because obviously the sun will come up, work its way around and go down. And in this location, if the deer are coming from the right of me, which is the west, and if it's sunrise, you'll get a beautiful kind of side lighting of the deer. So I know the lighting isn't, well, it kind of is key, but the more important thing to get the wildlife images is to be able to hide yourself away so they don't notice you, so you can photograph the deer. And then once you've got better at that, you can start kind of honing your skills in to wanting particular types of lighting and particular times of day. I mean, I was hoping that this mist was going to get burnt off this morning, and looking at the forecast, it looked like it would, but I was hoping that it would give me that lovely thick mist. And 2 hours ago it was really thick in here, but I was hoping that as the sun come up it would burn it off a bit, but then also shine through and give me some gorgeous lighting. I mean, it doesn't really matter today because I haven't even got the hide set up, but it'd be nice to know that what the light is like in this spot, so that once this is set up and left, I can kind of pick and choose my days to when I want to come back and take advantage of the situation and the location, the lighting and the wildlife. Right, let's carry on with this. Now this one I think might be quite straightforward. I think it's literally going to be a case of a few clips. I don't even think I'm going to be using the paracord today. I may do further down, but we'll see how we go. Ow, very prickly. It's very nice. Nice. It's a nice location. Let's put a clip on there. This holly is very prickly, but it is good, and it is doing exactly what I'm after. Now as it stands, it does stick out. And it's important to take advantage of anything dead or on the floor, dead standing. That will give you an opportunity to just add to the cover. I'm gonna make sure I keep this part here clear, because that's where my lens is going to go through. Okay, well I'm quite happy with that. Now, let me take you and take you back to where the trail, the line is for the deer. Now this is where they're walking to and from, or from and to. That to me looks quite nice. You can see my lens poking out of there. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So for the sake of a 15 quid poncho, and it's pretty safe here in this area, I think I am literally going to leave it in situ, and then it's all ready to rock and roll whenever I want to come back over the next week or two. I'm going to give it 3 or 4 days, just sat there, let the wildlife get used to it. I mean, it doesn't stand out like a hide being plopped down on the ground somewhere.
Blimey, it's a miracle.
It's just kind of tucked away amongst the holly anyway, so I don't think it stands out that much. And this actually was a very simple semi-natural hide, or using nature to make life that much easier for me. I've got a good entrance around the back, and with my little folding stool, I can imagine I can be quite well concealed and quite comfortable. I know there's a bit of vision from the side there, but I'm also going to be dressed in camouflage behind it anyway, and moving as little as possible. And I'm hoping that the trail will get used. The trail has been used this morning before I got here. I can clearly see where some of these leaves have been turned up and it's mud underneath. I did find a little bit further on there was an area where the deers had been laying during the night. So like I said, give it a few days, let them get used to the hide being here, and then I'll come back, take some photos hopefully, maybe some footage. But this actually was a very simple, straightforward one for me. I actually expected this morning to be a little bit more taxing for location, but it just happens to be that there was a perfect spot for the trail, for the deer, and sunrise and sunset. I'm literally facing between, yeah, I got a good 45-degree view from there, so mornings or evenings could be interesting. I might try both. This is the stool I use, and I've had a lot of people ask me over the years of where I got it from and etc. So if I can find a link on Amazon for you, I shall put it on there for you. It does have fully adjustable height legs, and also once it sits in, also it's a complete swivel, and it does have a little pouch there for putting your snacks or your drinking, which is often just behind me. And it's also got a little D-ring clip there for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. This has been a very comfy stool and inexpensive. I think it was under £20, but it's nice to be able to sit and swing around and have the motion and the movement of it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and it gives you an idea of how I come out and photograph the wildlife. It's actually how I like to come out and photograph the wildlife. It's an inexpensive, quick, simple way to set yourself up, even if it's just for the day, because setting up this is a little bit longer than setting up a big pop-up hide. But that wren's going mad today. But I do always prefer to be sat underneath a fallen tree or in amongst the hedges than I do just sat in a plastic chair hide. Well, if you have enjoyed today's video, this wren certainly has. He's loved my video today. If you have liked it, then please give it a thumbs up. That helps. And if you don't subscribe and you'd like to, then please do, because that will help the channel grow. He's right there. And if you want to know when my next video is out, then click on the notifications tab and that'll let you know. So until next time, thanks for watching. See you again soon.